Hey there, so today I want to return to the wonderful world of voice actors, and today I want to report again from the periphery, and also I want to look at this little state they call denial, one that many of them seem to thrive in. And well, while I don't know the landscape or the particulars there, I would say that it has a growing population, but maybe that population is finding itself moving out a little bit more and a little bit more as they end up with things like papers served. Ron seems to be talking about that here. He seems to be indicating that he ended up getting papers telling him that, hey, we are indeed going to go to court. You don't need to destroy anything because, well, we're going to need that for evidence. And well, I find that to be particularly telling because that says all of the things that these folks have been selling you, all of those notions out there where they're not going to get sued, yeah, all of that was fantasy. Here you can see Ron talking about it. In this conversation, it's one that has gone on for quite some time. I mean, you see a lot of back and forths, and make no mistakes in this stuff. I don't care if you have back and forths. If you want to go at people all day long on Twitter, that's pretty much how Twitter works. Twitter, it should be a setup where people can go and, evoke professionalism and on. But unfortunately, even the professionals out there, they think, yeah, when I go out and I talk about something, I talk about it with impunity. I can insult people all day long. And well, if that's their call, then that's their call. One thing that they can't do, however, they can't go out and call people abusers. They can't say people are P to the E to the D to the O's. You can't get involved in that stuff without some kind of substantiation. Because when you do that, you go from those closed room tribunals that you see going on in places like Funimation, and you step out into the public. And while people may applaud you, they may say that you're so stunning and you're so brave, you also open yourself up to litigation. So here, you see him talking about that's his call. If he wants to take us to court, cool. Which he said many times. I'll show you a bunch of those too. So you see him going back here. Is that why you private your account for a week? Try and purge some more if you stupid crap you said. Man, for a man so unafraid, you sure run away a lot only to come back and run your mouth. How long until you run away again? So Ron responded, nope, I can't delete anything right now, and I'm happy to not. I went private for a little bit so I could remove myself and calm down a bit. Now I'm over being sick and back at it. Wait a minute. There's a little thing right there. And they say right there, wait, you can't delete anything right now? You see that? Nope, I can't delete anything right now, and I'm happy not to. Sounds like someone received papers. Now he says, I didn't receive a summons to court. Yeah, because we're not to that place yet. There's a long ways before you get to that place. And what that says to me right there, you haven't been researching this process, because that's not the way that things will play. You're going to go through a lot of stuff that's going to be very costly. And I'll remember all of the things that you said about GoFundMe's too. When you said, people don't need to go out and they don't need to raise that money. They shouldn't go out and ask for it. They should go and handle this stuff themselves. It's going to be very costly. But you didn't receive a summons. I did get a letter requesting not to delete anything pertaining to him, talking about Vic, and I'm happy to comply. Whoa, wait a minute. So you just got papers telling you that you are in the process, that you are going to basically get served. And well, you don't seem too concerned with that. It's really interesting how many times we've heard about things like that too. People that seem to think that they can throw around the law and they can talk about it with impunity. This guy right here is an idiot and he's going to get a cease and desist. He clearly doesn't understand how HR and the court systems vary. It's okay. They're just trying to get hits. So they were talking about someone out there putting together a video. They were talking about sending cease and desist letters. So for somebody that threw around that a lot, it doesn't sound like they talked to any lawyers. Speaking of lawyers, well, you've seen lawyers getting in touch with this guy, and the guy, he seems to be in denial. Like I said, denial party of at least one. We will be in touch. He ends up getting, he gets it from a lawyer that we know about. And well, Ron, he seems to to want to flex. He wants to showcase. I'm not scared of that dude. I'll talk to that dude anytime. And well, while I'm at it, while I know that people are looking at my Twitter and picking it apart, I'm going to go out and I'm going to continue saying anything that I want to. It's interesting too, because these folks, they think that they understand how things like harassment work. They like to go in and they like to detail that. They like to talk about litigation and on. And they tell you that they're going to send you cease and desist letters, or they're going to take you to court because of harassment. Harassment, of course, it's generally defined as a course of conduct which annoys, threatens, intimidates, alarms, or puts a person in fear of their safety. You can see Ron adding to that, hey, here are a few, think before you post. So here's a guy telling you, think before you post, or you might just face litigation. Going out and posting repeatedly, posting ridiculous items, while of course you see Monica and other ones again talking about harassment, just continuing on over and over again, thanking people for their screenshotted tweets, saying they're going to send them to attorneys at law enforcement because, hey, I won't be harassed. This goes further too. And Ron saying, hey, over and over again, this dude, he should sue. He should sue me. That would be a good move. In fact, if he thinks we're lying, he should sue. He starts out at the bottom. We would love to go to court. In a defamation case, the person filing the suit has to prove she lied. The best defense against defamation, the truth. Even though that's butchered there, you get to the point. He's saying that guy actually has to prove that we went out and we were lying. No, the guy has to prove that you were defaming him. You cost him something. This isn't a trial in court of public opinion either. This is going to be something where people can go out and look at some of those claims. One of those claims, too, I'll throw at the back end of this. I mean, it just shows you how easily these things come up. Continuing, there is a reason there has been any defamation cases brought against people. I suppose that part is supposed to say, what do you think that he hasn't gone out and sued? Well, number one, he was trying to go out and he was trying to calm that storm. He was trying to get people to go and to basically leave the man's career alone. That's something people will try. Oftentimes they do, and unfortunately they can fail at. I mean, when you look at that, you can fail at that as well. You see another one as well here. Yes, in fact, we will. If he feels we lied or anyone else has, he should sue. The great news is the best defense against defamation is the truth. That's why he hasn't filed any lawsuits against us. But those who file false claims will get sued. So, of course, he's trying to tell you that if you go out and you say anything, you know how people have said, well, what if I go out here and I claim that one of you has done something to me? Well, that it opens you up to litigation. But of course, doesn't open anyone else up to litigation? No, because they're all telling the truth. Here's yet another one. I actually would love for this to go to court. Please let him sue. So I guess they want to underwrite a lawsuit. That's the most insane thing there. Do they think Funimation is actually going to foot the bill because these people, they decided to go out and to bypass any type of confidentiality? They decided they would go out and carry on, in the court of public opinion and try to burn someone down? Do they think that entitles them to some type of protection? Because that, they'll find out really quickly, doesn't. I mean, if they were talking about an investigation that stayed private, then yeah, they could actually be protected by HR and by corporate lawyers and on. But this way, no, not that at all. Continuing, though, the procession of people coming to the courtroom to share their testimony would be a magnificent sight to see. Yeah, again, I don't think you understand exactly how that stuff's going to work out. Here's yet another one. She, talking about Monica, understands the ramifications of her words. That's what people don't understand. If it wasn't true, she wouldn't have said it. Why do you think Vic hasn't tried to sue her for defamation? Why do you think none of the other actors have defended him? That's another thing as well. Why don't you think people are stepping up and trying to defend this guy? Why do you think people would pile on or they would remain silent? Gee, I wonder. When you're going out and you're saying that people that stand with Vic, those people are P to the E to the D to the O's, or maybe that, any kind of con that stands with him, they should be burned down. that says quite a bit. It says quite a bit on the folly of this, on the folly of, again, the court of public opinion. Because that court of public opinion, well, it only matters when, and it only matters when they try to go out and they try to use or misuse it. Of course, you see statements like this kind of stuff too, talking about Vic, not just Monica going out, but look at this stuff. This is just casual conversation. I'm sorry for your pain. I'm sorry you're subjected to this, but Vic has to pay. He incited this visceral rage from fans by saying to after my detractors and an apology video directed at a room of fans. People who are not guilty don't need panels over the years to dispel rumors. So if somebody starts a rumor and you have to go out and you have to comment on it, well, that says that you're guilty. So I guess by that very statement, then Monica is already guilty, right? Because here, you folks are saying we didn't disparage anyone. So you're saying that that's a rumor and you're trying to dispel it. But, innocent people, they don't need to get together. They don't need to panel. They don't need to make comments trying to go and to sway that over and over. No, innocent people, they don't have to do that kind of stuff, do they? Interesting how that comes together. Like I said, it's been an interesting ride, and there are many more things to come. But right here, like I say, you can see this stuff, it's starting to roll. You're starting to see exactly what's transpiring. And what's transpiring is the thing of beauty, because it says that people are going to be held accountable. See, I think there's things like this, for example, that Ron has forgotten. Those apologies he had to put out after the fake swatting, wherein he shared pictures, where he went after folks, where he was saying that this was proof of how terrible that Vic and his followers were. Yeah, that's slander. That's libel. He went out and he tried to defame, demolish, and destroy. He's done that many a time. And well, again, we're not talking about the part of public opinion anymore. We're talking about a place that values truths. And there's many truths. They're written all over this guy's social media, written all over other people's social medias, and well, and man, it's going to be a sight to behold. But anyhow, you tell me what you think about this. If you like this kind of content too, if you say that umbrella guy, I love what you do. I love your content. In fact, I'd like to be able to get much more. Well, you're in luck. Hit that bell for the daily reminders. Make sure that you subscribe. And if you want to go further, if you'd like to get a little bit extra on the side there, getting a little bit of extra heaping, helping, yeah, make sure you check out those links in the description below. There's Patreon, PayPal, and all of those go to help out the channel. Also, leave your comments. Agree, disagree, doesn't matter. I appreciate you showing up. At the end of this too, I want to say that I appreciate you, unlike many of these people that are attached to the very endeavors you support. I want to say that I do appreciate you. They don't. They have forgotten you here. I don't want to be that person. So I appreciate you. I thank you. And well, we'll do it again really soon. Thanks.